Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt. Welcome to the Sin Bin, and today we're going to be talking about rumors. Dun dun dun. So, I know the Canadiens aren't off to the best start of the season. They're kind of been so-so. Not horrible, definitely not New Jersey Devils status, but that being said, they're not really that great either. Marc Bergevin, we also know he's one of the most active GMs out there. He's constantly talking to other GMs. He's always looking for ways to improve his team. And in this latest rumor, they're talking about Jamie Benn. So I read this article on GoHabsGo.com. You guys can go check it out. It's called Jamie Benn échangé au Canadiens de Montréal. They're looking at the possibility of him being traded over to the Montreal Canadiens. Now, I'm a big fan of Jamie Benn. Don't get me wrong. In fact, he's one of the first jerseys I've ever bought. The first one was PK Subban, second one, Jamie Benn. I'm an immense fan of Jamie Benn. I think that when he was quote-unquote in his prime, he was one of the elite power forwards in this league. In fact, if you guys were to look at my top 10 left wingers list, I put Jamie Benn on the list, even though he kind of had a lackluster season last year. But with all that being said, I still think he's a very valuable player, and I still think he's a really talented player. So, smart people out there, you would have realized that all of my verbs are in the past tense. And the reason why I'm using the past tense is because Jamie Benn is a little bit past his prime. And the stats, they just say the whole story. If you look with me here, last season, he had 53 points. Now, a lot of players in this league, they get 53 points, 27 goals. That's not too bad. But with Jamie Benn, we're just expecting a little bit more. If you look at that 2015-2016 season, he got 89 points. 41 of those were goals. He had a little bit of a dip the next year where he got 69 points, but afterwards, he got 79 points. This guy is just a points machine. And playing with that type of size and the type of hands he has, it's just normal that he puts a lot of points on the board. Direct your attention to the very top where his first team ever was the Victoria Salsa. What a name, Victoria Salsa. What was their biggest rival? Tostitos Scoops? But back to hockey, though. When it comes to Jamie Benn, I think he's a really good player. But as the stats show, he's a little bit past his prime. But enough of the negative things. Let's look at the positive. So, Jamie Benn, we often hear about Marc Bergevin saying he wants the right attitude in the locker room. Part of the reason he brought Shea Weber in exchange for PK Subban. So, when it comes to Jamie Benn, we know he has the right attitude. He's captain for a reason. In fact, when Mike Morrow used to be captain, and he left, it was a no-brainer for management to give the captaincy to Jamie Benn. He was young at the time, but he was already a leader. And we know that when he goes on the ice, he's going to put his all out there. The other thing that kind of concerns me, though, just shifting back to the negative, it's his salary. We already have a player who makes $10 million. I'll let you figure out who it is. Whether he deserves the $10 million or not, that's another video for another time. But would it be intelligent for the Canadiens to bring on another player who makes almost $10 million? In Jamie Benn's case, it's 9 point something. I don't think it's really wise in a salary cap era. You would have to think, if the Dallas Stars were to make this trade, they would have to retain some of the salary. I don't really know how much because this whole article doesn't have much information supporting it, but you would just have to think that Dallas Stars will retain some salary. And that brings me to my next point. What will the Dallas Stars ask in exchange? They're not just going to give away a point per game power forward just for nothing. This is a kind of confusing question for me to answer because the Dallas Stars, they're off to a lackluster start of the season. I don't think they're bad enough to be in a rebuilding mode. So I don't think they're just going to be asking for draft picks and prospects. But that being said, I don't know if they're good enough to make a serious run for the cup. So I don't know if they want some active players either. It's kind of confusing for me. I think I'm just going to split it down the middle and say they're going to ask for both. A roster player and a prospect. Again, depends for the price. This article on GoHabsGo.com, it's an interesting talking point, but as I said, there's not much evidence to support it. So I can't really talk about who they're going to ask for in exchange until I have more information. But I just wanted to put my initial thoughts out there. I'm a huge Jamie Benn fan. don't get me wrong. If you saw his fight with Jerome McGinley, I mean, that is one of the best fights I've ever seen. And to have the balls to go up to Jerome McGinley, who is just an ox. I'm scared shitless of Jerome McGinley. I mean, it takes balls. And I would never prevent Marc Bergevin of bringing balls on this team. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to comment. Do you want to see Jamie Benn reunited with Carey Price in a Montreal Canadiens jersey? Please let me know in the comments below. If you disagree with me, tell me why, instead of disliking it like a little pussy bitch. Please let me know. Make sure to put a likes up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And as per usual, my name is Matt. Keep your stick on the ice.